We have a developing story on our hands as the San Francisco 49ers brace for the rehiring of Robert Saleh as their defensive coordinator. All signs point towards Saleh taking that job, with all of the head coaching jobs starting to get filled up across the league. So let's talk about Brandon Staley and what his future is. We already heard from Matt Maiocco yesterday that it does appear that the 49ers aren't expected to retain Nick Sorensen, the former defensive coordinator, who was believed at one point to be the front runner for the special teams coordinator job. Kyle Shanahan in the exit interview said there's a good chance he's going to stick around, but it doesn't seem like that is going to come to fruition. And so a lot of people have been wondering about the future of Brandon Staley. And Brandon Staley was the internal candidate to become the defensive coordinator for the 49ers. And if Robert Saleh was hired elsewhere, there might have been a good chance it was Brandon Staley at DC. But because everything is trending towards Robert Saleh, being the next DC, Matt provided an update via his YouTube channel. Make sure you go subscribe to his channel. I'm just going to link it in the chat if you haven't seen it, or I'll link it in the description. Make sure you go sub to Matt Maiocco on his YouTube about Brandon Staley. This is what he says about Staley. He said, quote, "I'm hearing that he probably will not be back." And when he's discussing this, he's referencing the fact that Robert Saleh is going to be the head man in charge. Staley, it doesn't really need Staley there. And, of course, with Robert Saleh, he's going to want to build his own staff. And I don't believe he really has any ties to Staley. So it sounds like for Saleh, with him coming in, he doesn't necessarily need Staley on the staff. So it is expected that Brandon Staley will no longer be with the San Francisco 49ers. I know a lot of fans have a lot of feelings about Brandon Staley, especially regarding the potential chance that he was going to be the next defensive coordinator for the 49ers. But it's been a crazy ride. It's been a crazy last couple days, and now it's appearing that it's not only is he not going to be the next defensive coordinator, it doesn't sound like he's going to be on the staff next year, which again just reiterates just the wild ride that this offseason has been. Because at one point it really did feel like I was like, oh no, we are trending towards having a Brandon Staley defensive coordinator and a Nick Sorensen special teams coordinator. But it appears that both of those guys aren't even going to be on staff next year. So nothing official yet. I'm just sharing what Matt Maiocco has presented. And again, on his YouTube channel, go check him out. So basically, he also had mentioned a couple other things. He said that he has a belief that the 49ers have interviewed more special teams coordinators and more defensive coordinators than has been announced. He didn't really give a specific on that much more than that. And so who knows? We do know that the 49ers just interviewed Brant Boyer, the special teams coordinator for the Jets. Obviously, in connection with Robert Saleh, Boyer was the special teams coordinator since 2016 through multiple regimes, and at one point had the second ranked highest special teams unit according to DVOA back in 2021. So it's been an interesting ride. There's a lot of things that are happening now. Again, while saying all of this, I think it's important to reiterate that we have no official word yet. So we're still kind of in a waiting pattern. The thing with Liam Cohn, it hasn't officially been announced. It has been announced, I think, probably in every way imaginable without saying it's official. It's been one of the crazier things that I've witnessed because, if you guys have followed me, I'm obviously locked in with, the NFL newsbreakers and what they're putting out there. And of course, what it applies to the 49ers and all of those things. So I see everything that they post. I see how they report. And I'm not sure I've seen within, like, what was it, the last, I don't know, 16 hours, 24 hours, a report come across so many different ways without officially announcing it. He's expected. He's expected. He's expected. Barring a change, he's expected. So we've heard a ton of expectations, but again, we're still waiting for the official word. So then that can, I think, trigger Robert Saleh to be the official defensive coordinator. But again, everything that we are hearing is trending towards Robert Saleh getting that job. So I'm not too concerned about that. But again, a lot of crazy things going on. You never say never in the NFL. The Liam Cohn situation and how crazy it's been is a perfect example of never say never. Just you never know how something can come to fruition until that signature has been put on the dotted line or something is officially stamped. So things change in a heartbeat in this league. So it's always important to stay on top of it. And it's not official until it's official. So we're still waiting on a lot of things. And again, things can change. But Pete Carroll is officially announced as the next head coach for the Raiders. So that removes Robert Saleh from that position, or potential chance of being their head coach. The Cowboys still waiting and seeing. I haven't really heard all that much on the Saints position, which is an interesting development. I don't know if I just have been missing it, but it just feels like I've heard no news on the Saints open head coaching job. And I don't know if, you know, cross our fingers, Robert Saleh becomes a candidate for that potentially. I don't know. We'll figure that out. But at the end of the day, it does seem like good news for the 49ers in regards to their DC search. One of the things that Matt Maiocco was talking about is he said that, with Robert Saleh being their first option, he said that their second, third, fourth, fifth all got snatched up by other teams, whether other defensive coordinator jobs or they were hired elsewhere. So apparently the anxiety was real inside the 49ers organization. Again, Tim Kawakami alluded to that on the SF Standard, talking about how the 49ers are having conversations about the potential of, maybe bringing back or looking into Pete Carroll. But as we know, Pete Carroll is the Raiders head coach. So, wow, it's been a whirlwind. It's been a ride, and I'm so excited for the moment that I can bring to you that the 49ers have officially signed Robert Saleh to be their next defensive coordinator. Hasn't happened yet, but I would imagine we get that news today. So we'll see. But let me know what you guys think about the Brandon Staley news, the Nick Sorensen news, and everything in between. Let me know in the comments below. And as always, make sure to like and subscribe for more updates.